Less than 24 hours after 3 women were shot in the Grand Park area, a man and a boy have also been shot, not just nearby, but in the exact same Kings Ridge apartment complex. Good evening, I'm Jeff Ballin. Both victims shot today have non-life-threatening injuries. First Coast News' Lana Harris is live out there tonight with more. Lana?
Yeah, Jeff, neighbors out here are asking, when is enough going to be enough? Last night, 3 women were shot here at this complex. That happened around 8 p.m. And today at 2:30, not even 20 hours later, there was another shooting in broad daylight, and this time a juvenile was shot too. We've got some video of this crime scene. They just broke down here. Police say the green evidence markers are around where the shooting happened, and that's very close to an intersection. Police say there were 2 victims in total, both male, 1 adult, 1 juvenile. They were reportedly just on the sidewalk, no party or gathering today like there was last night. Police say it's too early to tell if this was a retaliation to the shooting last night, but that shot spotter picked up 9 shots. Now, neighbors are fed up and say it's time for someone to say something.
Speak up and speak out, because holding it in ain't gonna do nothing but cause more drama. Nobody don't want to walk around with their child on a t-shirt. Nobody want to walk around with a family member, a friend on a t-shirt. I want to walk with my friends. I want to talk with my friends. So it really needs to stop. It really needs to.
Now, thankfully, all 5 victims did not have life-threatening injuries. JSO says they do have video. It's not very conclusive, but they say that a white truck could be involved. Other than that, they don't have any information. So if you know anything about the suspects, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. Again, you can remain anonymous. Here in Jacksonville, I'm Lana Harris, First Coast News on your side.